Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Facebook. And if you're here on the replay, please say hi and say replay in the comments because I love to know who is watching. And if you're watching me live, just put your name in the comments. And often, because I'm streaming this through Ecamm Live and through Restream, I often cannot see who is there. So if you have something to say, please say it in the comment section and give some permission for your name, because otherwise I can't read who's commenting, and that's a shame. So today I wanted to talk about why your business needs to be boring. And that's an interesting topic. I've been talking about that with a few people, and a lot of our students at a certain phase, they start saying things like, yeah, but I have nothing to talk about. Well, I've said everything already. Or they say things like, yeah, but there are so many people out there who are already talking about this, and then they mean their subject. And there's just a lot of confusion about, yeah, but there's already so much out there. Am I the next person screaming about it? Yeah, but I've said so much about it. How do I come up with an interesting new topic for a post, etc., etc.? And what I want you to know is that there is a really, 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 really big distinction between, between being interesting for you and being interesting for your clients. And that's a huge, huge, huge difference. The thing is, when we sit at home or in our office thinking about what we do and about our marketing and about what we're going to say on a Facebook Live or what we're going to write about in an email or an article, right? Then we start thinking from the perspective of, do I have something to say? But the thing is, the thing that I should be saying is often, hey Hassan, is often not the thing that your clients should be hearing. Because the thing is, what you find interesting is probably not what your client needs to hear. And that is the case because probably if you're a coach but also if you're selling food, it doesn't matter what you sell. Probably your customer has only been in touch with that specific thing once or maybe a few times. Whereas for you, it's your day job. Like me, I'm a trauma therapist and a business coach, and I talk about money all day, every day, with everyone. And not so much about the thing money, but about your beliefs around money and about your beliefs around business and your beliefs around sales. And we restore your childhood traumas around that. I know everything there is to know about that. And I'm talking about that every day, all day. So to me, after 20 years of doing that, I often think, oh, well, should I really be talking about that again today? Is that really interesting for other people to hear? There are so many books about it. Come on, why would we bother the world with that again? But the person who is going to read it is not reading about it or talking about it all day, every day. The person who is reading that or listening to that Facebook Live or listening to that video or reading that email or that article or even your Facebook post is not on your topic all day, every day. So for them, it's maybe the first time that they've ever heard about it. So if you look at it from that angle, your business needs to be boring, not for your client, but for you. Because if your business is still interesting for you, then I'm going to bet it's going to be really overwhelming for the audience. Because they can't follow you, because you're way ahead of them, and they won't be able to grasp what you're saying. Now, your business, of course, shouldn't be boring to you, because if it's really boring to you, then you're creating a different problem. But what you need to do is you need to refocus what should be interesting to you in your business. And that should not be the content of the thing that you deliver. For me personally, for instance, the content of what I deliver is to a certain extent boring to me, and I know it. I'm not talking about this for me because I don't need to. I got this. But for my clients, it's not boring. And what is interesting for me is to see that process in people evolve, to see them grow, to get messages of people, and to seeing that coin drop in their head, and to seeing the things click in them. That is something that I will never be bored with, because I love that. I love to see people coming from the place of where they totally are stuck or confused or they don't understand or they're just trying to get it work, and then taking them on that journey. And then all of a sudden I see the shift happening, and I can see it, I can smell it at 20 kilometers distance. And that is beautiful. And I see their tears and I see their journey develop in them. That's not boring. But my message is boring to me, and it better be. The interesting thing is, I did not come up with this myself. I learned this from singers, actually. And the reason I'm bringing this up today specifically is because yesterday I was doing my master class, and my first singing teacher, Nicolette, was there. And I love her. But before I started taking singing lessons with Nicolette, I was totally afraid of showing up anywhere. I was hiding in my office. I had my own business already. I'd had it for, 3 or 4 years. I was really successful, but I was hiding in my office behind my computer, doing the thing that people wanted me to do, not speaking, not showing up, not networking. I was really afraid of people at that point. I was walking over a street with a hoodie on my head, and I didn't want to be recognized by anybody, not even my friends, because I was terrified of people. And that's the moment where I discovered, where I had the brainwave of thinking, hey, let's do something about this if I really want to have a nice life. And I thought, I don't want to go to therapy. But you know what I could do? I could start taking singing lessons, because if I start taking singing lessons, then I'll have to voice what's going on in me. So that's the first thing I did. And Nicolette, my singing teacher, she was on the masterclass. And one of the things that I started doing was also looking at, okay, so what does it take to sing a really vulnerable song on a stage without cracking or falling into tears? And I started asking all these singers, and Nicolette was one of them, and I asked them, so what does that take? And what all of them said was, that's not what we're doing. We're not singing something that's interesting to us. We're singing something that's really boring to us. If it has to amuse us as singers, the song itself, we're out. We can't do it anymore, because there's no way of controlling your emotions when it has to be interesting to you. One of the things that she told me is that you have to go to the place where it was the first time that you ever heard it. And that is what you have to transfer to the audience, the first aha moment that you ever heard. And you have to be in the place where you allow the audience to hear it as you did for the first time. And that means that it has to be completely boring to you. You really transfer emotions, but you don't transfer your personal emotions of that first time. You transfer the emotion of the song. And they told me, it's probably the 3,000th time you're singing that. Don't make it interesting to you. Make it interesting to the audience. And then get your own emotions in that place where you can allow the audience to receive it, and really connect with the audience so that they can receive it from you. And then that's your gift back. And I love that, because Nicolette yesterday reminded me of that specific incident where I saw that. I really wanted to talk about that today. So if you have any thoughts, any questions, please pop them down in the comments. I would love, love, love to read them.